Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is the final edition of Best Bets for Monday Night Football Super Wildcard Weekend. I'm Dave Locken with OddsShopper. We are closing out an insane week. I mean, listen, the NFL couldn't have asked for anything better. We couldn't have asked for anything better, just from a pure entertainment standpoint. This is why on the Picks for Every Game video that I put out on Thursday, I was like, listen, we got sides here. We'll talk sides and totals, but we got to hammer the props. We've looked good on props, running nice on props. Sides have been a mixed bag, but these like Jacksonville, insane comeback performance. That one guy bet 1.4 million to win 11,000 at halftime on the Chargers. Didn't work out particularly well for him. Bengals could have lost that game last night. Skylar Thompson led Miami Dolphins. Were in that game throughout all of it. And then the Giants knock off what we knew to be a pretty much paper tiger Vikings team. But we're closing out a really fun week of football. I got a side for you. I got a prop for you. I got a touchdown score prop that I like a lot today. We're getting into all that right now. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, all that stuff. Greatly appreciated. Let's make it happen. All right, so you got the Bucs at home, getting 2.5 points, plus 125 on the money line, 45.5 point total in this game against the Dallas Cowboys. And I got to tell you, I mentioned on Thursday, I was on Bucs +3 earlier in the week, dropped it in our premium Discord. Link is in the description, by the way. First week is free if you want to get in on that, get all our picks from everybody on the channel. But moving to 2.5, I think I'm going to approach this one a little bit differently. Now, the prop in this game that we'll get to in a second, and the touchdown prop are two that I really like, but we will hit on this side. So I just have a tough time laying points on Dallas on the road. Like, if you're doing it, yeah, I get it. They just need to win by a field goal here. The Bucs have not performed well against the spread all season. They're 1-6-1 at home against the spread. They've been just terrible against the spread in general. But I don't know how much stock I want to put in that. Like, they did look a lot different against Carolina. Maybe this is one of those teams that can just engage at the end of the year with Tom Brady, yet another season. They still have weapons. The offensive line, we'll get to this, but the offensive line is getting healthier. They just activated Ryan Jensen. He's expected to play today, which gives you, Donovan Smith, Tristan Wirfs, Jensen. These guys are healthy, assuming that he's good to go, and he's going to be out there starting at center. What a difference that makes. And like I said, when we get to the prop, that's going to come in huge, so stick around for that. Dallas, though, on the road as a favorite, I don't want to look too far in the past and be like, yeah, Dallas in the postseason is just an easy fade, although I'm sure some of us are thinking that. Really, though, I just don't have a ton of faith in them. Dak Prescott played 12 games, leads the league in interceptions. To be fair to him, some of those were not really his fault, but still 15 picks in 12 games. The Tampa Bay Bucks are kind of the healthiest they've been all year. They've had a carousel musical chairs rotation in the offensive line. The D-line's been hurt. Their secondary's been banged up. They look a lot better than they were. The run defense isn't what it was in the past, but it's still 11th in run defense DVOA, according to Football Outsiders. I think you're going to have to see Dak throw a lot here. And then another thing to consider, this is one of the reasons, and we'll get to the pick in just a second. Tom Brady, even with this offensive line, he has been sacked 22 times. That's the 29th most in the league, one of the fewest in the league. He's been only pressured on 19% of dropbacks. Among all qualified quarterbacks, that's the lowest pressure rate in the league. And now the offensive line's getting healthy. Take it a step further. This is a guy who gets the ball out early, okay? He gets the ball out early for obvious reasons. More on that when we get to the touchdown prop. But these are all things that you can really use to navigate a type of game against the Dallas team that leans on their pass rush. If Dallas isn't getting to you with that pass rush early and often, their secondary will not look nearly as good. Open up more opportunities for explosive plays, more receptions to guys like Godwin who can create after the catch. I think this is one of those spots at home where if I'm not taking the 2.5 because the 3 is no longer there, I'm going to go Tampa Bay money line plus 125 over there on DraftKings. And you could talk about Brady with the, yeah, he sucks in prime time. Yeah, okay. A couple of years ago, this guy won 3 primetime games in the postseason, and one of them was the Super Bowl. So, again, how much weight do we want to put into that? Probably not that much. But this is less against Brady, less about Brady here, more about Dak Prescott, more about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Bucks money line at plus 125. Now, I told you I got a prop that I really like here, and I could be way off on this one. But if you're going to hit this prop, go ahead and collect $200 where you do it. Let the alarm sound right now because free money is about to head into your pockets. What do I mean by this? Very simple. Over at DraftKings, if you have not signed up, okay, all you have to do is have a minute and a half of time available in the day and $5, because you put $5 when you sign up using the link in the description or the one in the pin chat. You take $5, okay, put it on any spot that you want and get $200. Now, it's not like, oh, if the bet wins, I get it. Where's the catch, Laffy? There is no catch. Matter of fact, you get the $200 before the bet even settles. You get the $200 before the game even begins. You get the $200 immediately after you hit, submit your wager. That's it. $5 into $200. You think of it this way, right? You get that $200. Let's say you're just the most unlucky person alive. You lose all of it. All of it. You go on the worst run of your life. Worst case, the floor is you have lost $5. That is literally the bottom 1% outcome. The worst case is you lose $5. Best case, you go on a monster run, turn it into 4 or 5 figures, whatever. Any of that is all right there. So you need 2 minutes of your time. You need $5 to make what? $200 in 2 minutes, $100 a minute. It's a beautiful thing. Check it out. And while you're there, hit this Leonard Fournette prop. It's the one we're going to talk about. Keep in mind, legal age for gambling, most states 21 or over. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Link in the description and in the chat. Leonard Fournette over 35.5 rushing yards, baby. Let's go. I could be completely wrong on this. I'm fully willing to admit that, and I'm sure you guys will remind me in the comments if I am. But I'm thinking Fournette gets a heavy workload in this game. I really am. Like, this guy was barely used at all in week 18, with Todd Bowles obviously looking to keep him fresh in the postseason. He only played 3 snaps. And I understand that there's a split in the backfield between him and rookie Rachaad White. But think about this. Fournette didn't fumble once. Not that he didn't lose a fumble. He didn't fumble once all season. Rachaad White fumbled 3 times, lost all of them. Like, he's still a rookie, okay? Fournette is still the guy that has shown up big in clutch spots in the postseason over the last couple of years for the Tampa Bay Bucks. They just re-signed him. Brady went out and got him to come back when Fournette was out in New England visiting the Patriots in the offseason. And I still think a heavy workload's on the horizon. We've seen some heavy workloads from him just in week 16 in that must-win game against Arizona. He had 30 total looks, 29 touches. You don't see those type of workloads from Rachaad White. And they don't call him playoff Lenny for nothing, right? Like, would you be surprised here? I know that Tampa Bay is a pass-first team. They're a pass-heavy team. But you're still talking about 35.5 rushing yards. DraftKings has this way lower than everywhere else. Like, FanDuel last I looked at 38. MGM had 40.5. You're getting 35.5 rushing yards here. And when you consider that Ryan Jensen's expected back, they activated him off the IR. Donovan Smith's healthy. Tristan Wirfs is healthy. Whether it's pass blocking or run blocking, especially with Jansen at center, this team looks like they could be primed to do a whole lot more on the ground and through the air in a spot like this. Even with Jansen, it's a long hiatus. He got hurt in training camp, but they're saying he's going to be back. We could see things look a whole lot better. Fournette doesn't have to be great. Week 1 of the season, 20 carries, over 100 rushing yards. That's week 1, understandably. But this should be a competitive game. 2.5-point spread. I'm looking for Leonard Fournette to get a nice workload on the ground here. And I'm going over 35.5 rushing yards on DraftKings. Use that as your bet to get your $200. You don't even have to win, but it'll be a fun sweat, and we can sweat that one together. You place the bet with that link down there, you're winning anyway, so it doesn't matter. But still, let's lock that one in and sweat it together. Last one, I told you I had a touchdown for you guys. Chris Godwin, anytime touchdown at plus 180. If you're a risk taker, first touchdown plus 1,200, 12 to 1. But anytime touchdown plus 180. Here's my logic. Dallas is this is a crazy stat, by the way. Dallas has allowed 23 receiving touchdowns, passing touchdowns on the season, right? 22 of them have come against wide receivers. They've allowed 1 to tight ends and 0 to running backs. So 22 of 23 passing touchdowns have all been to wide receivers. It's just nuts. And they have a strong enough pass rush, right? Despite what we talked about Tampa's offensive line, Dallas still has a strong pass rush to force Brady oftentimes to get the ball out of his hands early. And Brady's average time to throw okay, among all qualified quarterbacks in the pocket. His average time to throw is shorter than any other quarterback in the league, which will lead subsequently and has to a lot of early looks, quick release looks, short routes to Chris Godwin, who can create yards after the catch. He's excellent after the catch. And he leads the league. Godwin leads the team, with 9 targets inside the 10-yard line this season. I know he only scored 3 times all year, but this looks like a real nice spot to get back on the scoreboard for Godwin to kick off their playoffs for 2023. So there it is. Chris Godwin, anytime touchdown, plus 180. Leonard Fournette, that's our DraftKings free money, 5 to 200 prop of the day, even though you're winning anyway. Over 35.5 rushing yards, and Bucs Moneyline at plus 125. Good luck tonight, guys. We'll catch you back here. Picks for every game heading into the divisional round on Thursday. Peace.